kandi mukimanye nti there is life outside politics.
May the late John Asaba's soul rest in eternal peace, and the Lord strengthen the family and friends of the deceased. In more stories, the Deputy Commander of the Special Forces Command, Brigadier General Nyakikuru Asaf, has praised the professionalism and dedication of Uganda's peacekeeping troops serving in Somalia, South Sudan, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Speaking at the SFC headquarters in Entebbe during the peeping ceremony of over 40 newly promoted officers, Brigadier General Nyakikuru attributed their excellence to trust in the Commander-in-Chief, President Yoweri Museveni, and Chief of Defense Forces, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Details follow.
The Deputy Commander of the Special Forces Command, Brigadier General Asaf Mwetise Nyakikuru, has said their strength lies in professionalism and trust in leadership. He says various training programs being conducted across UPDF academies are to sharpen leadership and operational skills.
The CDF General Muhoozi Kainerugaba for rejuvenating UPDF. I told you I've been here for a long time. I saw UPDF when we had Tatars in Nyayo. Today's UPDF is not the other one, and I want to thank the CDF for that. Military promotion is a powerful tool for motivation.
He was speaking at the SFC headquarters in Entebbe during the peeping ceremony of over 40 newly promoted officers. The Chief of Staff SFC Brigadier General Paul Namawa reminded officers that the credit for their elevation also goes to the broader UPDF and its visionary leadership.
It's not a mean achievement to gather on such an occasion, because it manifests how much patience, how much perseverance, commitment to duty, effort that you have put in, discipline that you have put in.
Lieutenant Colonel Sam Kawera, speaking on behalf of the newly promoted officers, expressed gratitude for the confidence placed in them by the UPDF leadership.
To express our deepest appreciation to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the Chief of Defense Forces, the Commander of Special Forces, and the entire Special Forces leadership for their trust and confidence in our abilities that has enabled us to be elevated to the next ranks.
On March 7, 2025, President Museveni approved the promotion of 500 officers, including 46 from the SFC, 18 lieutenant colonels, 4 majors, 10 captains, and 14 second lieutenants.
Congratulations to the newly 40 promoted officers. And in more stories, at least 5 square miles of Got Apoyo government-run land in Nwoya district have been encroached upon, with over 200 acres illegally sold by a high-ranking Acholi military officer. The encroachment has crippled daily operations at the ranch, blocking livestock from essential water sources and pasture areas, bringing a government-supported initiative to the brink of collapse. Watch.
Government ranches like Gotafuyo were originally established in 1960s to boost livestock breeding in northern Uganda. But years of insurgency left them destroyed, and livestock breeds in the region declined. 15 years ago, the NRM government's visionary leadership intensified efforts to revive ranches, combating poverty, promoting commercial farming, and empowering communities through modern livestock production initiatives.
These places were established not for fun. They were established because this was a good area and they supported the communities, promoted and improved breeds of livestock for the population.
However, this mission is now under threat as land grabbers have turned their attention to government ranches in the region, seeking to claim land for their private businesses.
Gotafoyo Ranch has 10 square miles, and on 10 square miles, there are 100 and 86 people were encroached on it. They are still inside the ranch. And on top of that, there are some Acholi people who are also claiming parts of this ranch.
And here also we have people who are selling the land, in which we want to know why are they selling. Is it the Magric who is giving them authority? Because the land is within the Magric area. 200 acres has been sold. Last week, not yet long.
These revelations came during an oversight visit by the Minister of State for Northern Uganda, Dr. Kenneth Omona, who was visibly concerned by what he witnessed.
This is government land there are people who are selling it. This is very interesting. There are people who are selling it. They are recording there. And they are then going to have some documents signed somewhere by somebody. They are here.
The parts which are being sold, they cannot allow the government animals to access the water points in those areas. They don't allow the animals to access the pasture in those areas which have been sold by individuals around.
Security operatives in the region now warn that land grabbing has become a growing threat, fueling disputes, disrupting livelihoods, and creating instability.
This very farm is contested by many. We have many within. Actually, the migrant cattle keepers became victims. Actually, they were among the first victims. They have paid millions of shillings on land here, but they ended up being evicted.
Minister Omona assured the public of government's commitment to protect public land and prosecute all the perpetrators. He also appealed to local leaders to intensify mobilization on wealth creation programs.
We should encourage the people in northern Uganda to get back to livestock farming, in addition to the alternative crops also, so that you have a mix of investments. And when you have a mix of investments, your income security, your security for income is high.
Oko Joseph for UBC.
Thank you so much, Oko Joseph. Leaders in Kasese district are urging the public to remain security conscious as they celebrate the Easter season. This advisory follows growing unrest in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, triggered by the renewed incursions from the Allied Democratic Forces. Have a detailed story.
Residents in the Mpondwe border area of Kasese district have been cautioned to stay alert during the Easter celebrations. Kasese district LC5 chairperson Erifazi Mohindi emphasized the importance of joint community efforts in identifying suspicious individuals who may pose as a threat to the prevailing peace.
There is insurgency in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The bad people may want to use this season to infiltrate our district. So I want you to become security conscious and make sure you guard security. When you leave home, make sure that even when you are going to the church, you go in turns. The first group can go in and attend the morning service, another one attend the middle one, another one attend that one towards the lunch time. So that every time you leave home, at least there is somebody there. And also when you identify a person you don't know, the person who is not familiar face, report to the authority.
He also advised couples to avoid behaviors that could lead to domestic violence during the festive season.
In Kasese, when it is during festivals, people tend to fight. Others fight because they were not bought clothes, others fight because they were not bought meat. It has even gone to the extent that people have committed suicide. You find the youth, young children even committing suicide that their parents have not supported them financially. They have not given them fees, and you commit suicide. Why should you take away your life? Life is so precious. And I think it's one reason why Jesus even died on the cross, so that we can really get saved and we begin enjoying our life today and tomorrow.
Kasese Municipality Member of Parliament Hambale Ferigo called on the public to celebrate responsibly, particularly those crossing River Nyamwamba to access busy trading centers near the riverbanks.
We are in the season of rains. Anytime the river can flood. Now, for people who celebrate and enjoy beyond limits, people who drink and they go beyond limits of drinking, sometimes make mistake of moving at night, Even when the river has flooded, somebody may decide to go and cross the river. And that is very risky and dangerous.
State Minister for ICT and National Guidance Godfrey Kabyanga reassured residents that the Uganda People's Defense Forces, in coordination with their counterparts from FARDC, are actively patrolling the area to prevent any destabilizing elements.
Our border is actually safe from Chisoro, Katuna up to Koboko. The border is very safe, our side of the border, and there is no need for alarm. People should be rest assured that UPDF and FADC are working around the clock to ensure ADF is contained and to ensure they are really managed within Congo. And I think it's just a question of time. The whole area will be pumped of ADF.
In more stories, Congolese Belinike Eskeri's world was shattered in an instant when Lendu rebels stormed her home in Wabole village, DRC in June 2024. The fighters captured 2 of her children, brutally killing 4 family members, making her an instant refugee navigating the uncertainty of her new reality. In this special report, we bring you a story of Belinike Eskeri's resilience, survival, and the unyielding hope for a safer time. Harun Amtesasida reports.
The life of a refugee is one of the uncertainty due to the sudden change that comes with displacement due to war or natural disasters. In June 2024, Belinike Eske's life hung in the balance. Freeing Wabule village in eastern DRC, she survived the horrific attack by the Lendu rebels, who captured 2 of her children and brutally killed 4 family members.
From there, that's when war started. And we never had peace. Killing people, and they took my 2 children.
The Congolese-based Lendu rebels attacked and searched from home to home, raping and killing anyone they found.
Wale bakiana walikia moya, bana waki walikia ine, bambili wakakufa, na kiana moya ikakufa, mika bakia mipeke pale chini ya maibo. So there we were 4 ladies and 1 man who were taken that side. So 4 ladies were all killed and the other 1 man was also killed. So I was the only one who remained under the stone.
In a desperate move to escape, Belinike was shot at and fell among bodies of 4 others. Covered in blood and barely clinging to life, she lay motionless.
Wadui marangini maibo kakata mgulu angu tangia hapa. So it was these people of El, they said they came. So
to be dead, left her buried under the lifeless bodies.
So people who were moving around in that mountain looking for dead bodies, they are the ones who found me and they rescued me. They also took me.
After the rebels left, the Congolese army FARDC and civilians arrived to collect the dead bodies that they discovered her still breathing. Though Belinike Eskeri survived, she still carries with her the physical and emotional scars of that fateful day.
Mikafika kuchomia, papa kwangu alisema anapoteza batoto, anapotena iko kidoko epoteza mie.
After receiving initial medical care at Mambasa Health Facility in eastern DRC, she crossed into Uganda, seeking refuge at Sebagole landing site. From here, authorities guided her to Kagoma Correction Center before relocating her to Bochinda in Changwari Refugee Settlement in Chikube district.
Received at the transit center, held at the reception center, which I think you should actually move around and see what is taking place there. Once the registration is done, biometrics, we settle those people on their land. Each one is entitled to a 50 by 30 meter plot of land where they do, they put their shelter, they put their wash line, they put their kitchen, and the rest is for backyard gardening.
As TPO Uganda, we are ensuring that we are supporting in the mental health needs of the refugee communities, but also the host communities of the hosting districts, wherever we are supporting, to ensure that their mental health needs are attended to. We are not doing this as TPA alone. On top of working with the consortium partners, we are working with the local governments, we are working closely with OPM, and also working with UNHCR and other development partners in the humanitarian response.
Berenike Eskeri's story is just one among thousands of Congolese refugees currently finding shelter in various settlements across Uganda. Ongoing instability and conflicts in the Great Lakes region continue to fuel displacement, forcing men to flee their homes in search of safety.
Refugees come with many challenges from their home countries. Many of them are wrongdoers. Many of them sneak into the country under the guise of refugee, but they come with their behaviors, which behaviors probably they have to be contained here. Now, internalizing, of course, as government, screening them to know exactly what this person was doing takes a lot. And of course, as a district, we have staff who are, tagged to these departments, and they work along with the Office of the Prime Minister.
We are having new villages, especially in Uchinda, where we are settling new arrivals. These people have no firewood, have no poles for shelter. UNHCR is giving them, yes, but of course not enough due to fixed and limited funds.
Life as a refugee presents significant challenges, even with Uganda's relatively progressive refugee policies. While refugees have freedom of movement and the right to work, they often face socio-economic issues like limited opportunities, language barriers, and mental health challenges.
And we've also been able to screen them, those who present with various distresses, various disorders, and we support them through group therapy. And that's basically we've done cognitive behavior therapy, where we've grouped them to ensure that they increase their social functioning, but also to support them in changing their behaviors and also to change their negative thoughts.
Uganda is Africa's largest refugee hosting country, with more than 1.5 million refugees within its settlement centers because of most progressive refugee policies. There are an estimated 147,000 refugees, of whom women and children constitute 79% of the refugee population. Refugees in Uganda have had their rationals slashed as aid agencies face a 70% shortfall in their resource envelope. Over the last decade, Uganda has seen a large-scale refugee influx by individuals arriving from Somalia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Burundi, Rwanda, and South Sudan. Haruna Mtesasira, UBS News.
Come on, mo pocket, tambula body street, shoes are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission, internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone, netaga yo karoni, nigga mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable!
Special announcement from the Baseline Education Census 2025. The Uganda Bureau of Statistics, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and Sports, is conducting the Baseline Education Census 2025. This exercise will cover all learning institutions in the country for both government and private establishments, namely pre-primary, primary, secondary, vocational, and higher institutions of learning. The baseline education census exercise data collection is being conducted in a phased manner, starting with Greater Kampala Metropolitan Area, comprising of districts of Kampala, Mukono, and Wakiso. The rollout to all other regions will commence at the beginning of second term. The baseline education census collects information on learners, teachers, and school facilities to facilitate planning and policy decisions in the education sector. Uganda Bureau of Statistics appeals to the general public, heads of schools and institutions, as well as the local government authorities to cooperate with the BEC enumerators. In a special way, UBOS appeals to all parents of the learners to support the exercise by availing learners with their correct date of birth, national identification number, and learner's identification number. For more information, please call 0772 933 628 or 0743 787 189 from Dr. Chris Mukiza, Executive Director.
Big think about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. MTN kabo the Super mustyle pia. Then you kabo the smartphone nebi akabibiona. MTN kabo the Super mustyle pia. Then you can buy the smartphone Get
the new Kabode Super smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply. MTN. MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
The Uganda National Oil Company, UNOC, is wholly owned by the Government of Uganda and was established to safeguard and promote Uganda's commercial interests in the petroleum sector. UNOC has two subsidiaries, the Uganda Refinery Holding Company, URHC, which will hold a 40% stake in the 60,000 barrel per day refinery and manage the development of Kabalega Industrial Park, and the National Pipeline Company Limited, NPC, in charge of pipelines, storage, and downstream business ventures. This subsidiary holds 15% interest in the East African Crude Oil Pipeline, EACOP. EACOP is a 1,445-kilometer long pipeline that will transport crude oil through 10 districts in Uganda to the port of Tanga in Tanzania. UNOC is also actively engaged in crude oil exploration, development, and production activities, and its participation role includes a 15% stake in the Tilenga, Nwoya, and Bulisa, and Kingfisher Development Projects, Chikure. UNOC also holds the exploration license for Kasuruban Block in Hoima, Bulisa, and Masindi. UNOC currently owns and manages the Ginger Storage Terminal and will build a 320 million litre capacity terminal in MPG called the Kampala Storage Terminal. At UNOC, we're harnessing the potential of Uganda's petroleum resources, forging a sustainable future and preserving the natural beauty of Uganda. UNOC, your partner in Uganda's oil and gas industry.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Arua Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Arua City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. You're still watching UBC News Tonight with me, Sharon Kyomugisha. As we continue, as families across Uganda celebrate Easter, one tradition faces an unexpected downturn: meat sales. At the city abattoir, where thousands of cattle are usually sold ahead of the Easter season, this year's business seems to be exceptional, with less rush for meat products. Take a look.
Traders had stocked between 7,000 to 8,000 heads of cattle in anticipation of Easter holiday rush. However, hopes for booming sales were quickly dampened.
We must have received around 800.
We have slow sales. People have feared the meat since they don't have money.
Initially priced at 18,000 shillings per kilo, meat was sold at 15,000 to 16,000 shillings wholesale due to low consumer turnout. The economic strain, combined with high transport costs and reduced purchasing power, was blamed for the slow sales.
So we have sold at a sale price at 16,000 per kilo, what we call fatty meat, white meat at 14, and medium meat at 12. So we expect our consumers at butchery to buy at 20 per kilo.
We got cattle, goats at minimal, so we hiked the prices, which affects our consumers.
Well,
at offer we have sold at 6,000 per kilo, but remember here we sell at a wholesale price. River is at 20,000. Kidneys, depending on the size, but around 7,000 to 8,000 per each.
We have a kilo between 15 to 16,000, though we wish to sell it at 18,000 to make sales.
At the city abattoir, where thousands of cattle are usually sold ahead of the Easter season, this year's business seems to be exceptional, with less rush for meat products.
Uganda's leading commercial microfinance bank, Centenary Bank, is taking bold steps to fight climate change and restore the country's forests. In a new partnership with the National Forestry Authority, the bank has committed 60 million Ugandan shillings to reforest at the degraded Masindi Central Forest Reserve, a part of a wider plan to plant at least 40,000 trees in 2025. The three-year initiative not only reinforces Centenary Bank's environmental mission under its ESG framework, but also supports national targets for forestry recovery. Here's more on this green commitment that's banking on a better tomorrow. Take a look.
Collective effort and collaboration planted close to 100,000 trees across the country. But of course, our mission does not stop here. This year, working alongside our partners, National Forestry Authority, and a few others whom we always aim at bringing on board, we have set an even bolder target to plant at least another, over 50,000 trees by the end of this year. And of course, you'll be happy to learn that this partnership will run initially for the next 3 years. So we want to continue and to be consistent to ensure that we contribute to the reforestation of our country.
Come, Centenary Bank, to
this partnership with the National Forest Authority and our dedication to finding resources to restoring one of the degraded forests with natural trees is really a very good gesture in a positive direction.
I'd like to announce that Centenary Bank is committing to an initial 60 million Uganda shilling to this partnership.
Centenary Bank and appeal that the communities surrounding the forest we are going to restore still derive livelihood from that forest. So it will be very critical that we do not only focus into the forest where we are putting the trees, but also, where possible, find ways of how we can support the communities around this forest for purposes of creating an alternative livelihood to reduce the pressure.
Life in Uganda today comes with so many uncertainties.
Well, Madam get Kameza, if I get an accident and can't work, if anything happens to me, what will Junior eat?
Yeah, Kale Musa is still in the hospital. Guy is missing a lot of money here.
With a monthly payment of only 3,000 shillings off your Equity personal account for EquiLife insurance, you will be entitled to 50,000 shillings hospital cash per night spent in a registered facility, up to 20 nights every year. And your family will receive 3 million shillings in case of your death. Visit your nearest Equity agent to sign up today or call 0312 327 000 for assistance.
We used to run, but most of the time we were running away from something. But nowadays, everything seems different. People still run, but they are running towards something. They run to test their limits, to break new records. And when we do it right, we inspire others.
The inaugural Coffee Marathon, uplifting rural coffee women, 24th May at Africa Coffee Park, Ntungamo.
Come, let us run.
To register, dial *217 *413 #. Choose option 4. Or scan the event QR code or visit the website to choose the race options. Brought to you by Inspire Africa Group.
And that's all we had for you in this hour. For more news coming your way, do join me later on at 10 p.m. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha. Stay tuned for more programming on UBC TV, Inspiring Uganda.
Commissioner.
Thank you and welcome to this program. My name is John Musinguzi. I serve as the Commissioner General of Uganda Revenue Authority. I'm excited to join you in this program to answer questions that have come through